愛の未来が闇に閉ざされる愛する友の眼差しが倒れるたび傷つくたび俺を強くするルール破りの邪悪の超人さあお遊びはここまでだラスト5秒のファイヤーキャプテンファイター俺は炎の筋肉マン MUSCLE マッスル MUSCLE マッスル 3、2、1 ファイヤー
Alright folks, today is the day. Today is when we finally have the chance to beat Rise of the Golden Idol. We gave it a pretty good go yesterday, but I am stuck on this pinnacle. I've got a pretty good understanding of what the game is asking from us for the Steelside Warehouse. But I'm stuck, man! For once in the game, I'm legitimately stuck. We know which dwellings rank from best to worst. They have the yellow shipping container by itself. It's got locks, it's private, it's away from the wind. Second best is a far side of the purple container. Third best is by the door. Worst is a derelict ship. We know which homeless people were the oldest residents or the newest residents of the docks. We know who slept where at the time of tonight's events. So Harry was already, at the time of tonight's events, he was here and then he died tonight. It's important to know. And we know who, among the posh people on the yacht, who they were, and who they were pretending to be. We understand the first half of what happened here. That in the summer, Hunter Wolf was experimenting in the Steelside Warehouse. In June, Elijah Sinclair appeared, caused trouble. Hunter Wolf used the idol on Luke Brown to take his memories, and then put all those memories into Elijah Sinclair to turn him into the new Luke. Where I get stumped is the autumn, because I have a pretty good idea of what's going on. I'm pretty sure that the new assistant, the new Luke Brown, used the idol on Hunter Wolf to take all memories, and I'm fairly certain used it on Gabriel Gerard, who was on the Seabreeze, to give all memories using a live broadcast. A theme of this chapter of the game because the equipment closed 9 p.m. September 17th. See, it happened to be a live broadcast, no recordings. A prevailing theme of this chapter has been using the golden idol to extract and use memories. In the beach, they wanted to use the idol to get these girls really high and then capture their moment of happiness as basically happiness in a bottle so that they could implant that feeling of happiness into others. In the boardroom, they figured out by complete accident that if a camera is in range of the idol, then they could broadcast the effects of the memory transferal to anyone who witnesses that broadcast. So they're learning, they're figuring it out. And then it advances to ancient artifacts, where they figured out that they could take memories from all the way back in ancient Lemuria, from Moses' face. Echo Secunda. Echo Secunda's memories planted into this data disk. And then poor Oriel Toussaint learns the hard way that putting all of Echo Secunda's memories into his brain means that Echo Secunda now lives in his mind and his body. So by now, I feel like what the game is trying to say is that what's going on here is body hopping, yeah? Hunter Wolf, whoever you really are, has learned that he could use the idol and a live broadcast to transfer a person's entire personality and memory into somebody else to override them. The current Luke, the best damn assistant he's ever had, used to be Elijah Sinclair, and then Elijah became Luke, a complete body hopping harvest thing. So I'm quite confident in that. Harry Stone, now dead. Harry Stone, who was ready, have high hopes for him. In April, he failed. How? Was he not prepared enough? The others must have sabotaged him. But it's not until the night of September 9th, as we know, because he resided here by himself up until that point, that he ends up here, dead. So I'm quite certain then that Harry Stone stood here and then had his memories absorbed into the camera, absorbed by the golden idol, and then broadcast through the camera. We have a digicam up there, but that just records what's going on. Broadcasting, receiving on antenna. So the giving would have been broadcast to whoever is here. So that's why I'm pretty certain that, if I'm understanding it correctly, Hunter Wolf would have been, I think it was body hopping. I think that Hunter Wolf was body hopping from homeless person to homeless person, maybe. I can't see why he would put a homeless person into the body of a socialite in high places if his ambition was to get into people in powerful position. Knowledge improves societal conditions, highest utility. I could see him trying to put memories of knowledgeable people, of powerful people, into homeless bodies to get them where he needs them to go. His own infiltrators. If you're putting some of the memory into someone, then you get like an image of what happened in your head. You could draw upon that memory at will. But if you give all the memories, then you basically overwrite the person. That was a sin of Ok. That is what happened when Oriol Toussaint became Echo Secunda. So what am I getting wrong? Luke Brown, the assistant, used the idol on Hunter Wolf to take all his memories? And then on Gabriel Gerard, who was on the Sea Breeze, to give all the memories with the live broadcast? And then during the party, Gabriel Gerard sabotaged his synthesizer to avoid revealing a lack of musical skill? That makes sense to me. Because this expensive synthesizer was one of your hubby's new expensive toys. And if you go to the very start, it's just husband and wife here. Guests start to come in. You grab the drink, put the drink down, spills right away. And then as the guests shuffle in, you go back to the far corner, away from the synthesizer, hanging out with your wife on the wall. Hanging out with his wife, furthest away from the synthesizer, wedding ring. So, well, I'm quite certain that everyone here, I don't know if they're just playing games, right? Like they have a role they have to play. And so they're like riffing on their friends. There's a possibility that they've all been given snippets of each other's memory. If not complete override with each other's memories. My turn. What's your great? What if it wasn't Hunter Wolf who hopped into here then? Because my assumption is that Hunter Wolf is body hopping. He prepared Harry in January, and in April, Harry failed. But it's not until Harry is down here, on this very night, that Harry is dead. Luke doesn't have the red eyes. Elijah Sinclair becoming Luke Brown did not give him the red eyes. We still don't know the exact nature of the red curse. Maybe the red eyes is when somebody gets too many memories from too many different people. So, let's dial it back. Body hopping is clearly a theme of the game, and what Hunter Wolf is hoping to do, especially when it comes to the manipulation of people in power. He wants to use knowledge, wants to extract knowledge from some, to extract into to implant into many, to make people instant experts, instantly educated, and he wants to infiltrate into people of powerful positions. So, maybe what he's doing then isn't body hopping into Harry Stone and then finding out, shit, Harry Stone is no good. It turns out that Harry has been boozing too hard. This body is no good to me. I suppose there's also a hint here too, right? Summary of 1976, the year before. End of the year, newcomer Luke appeared. And then his diary stops. His diary stops when Luke shows up and before Orion and Funny Phil do. And they all think that Harry's been disappeared for a while. So maybe Harry Stone became Hunter Wolf in a new body to experiment around for a bit. Or maybe, given that the idol trials have been going on for a while, maybe he's been taking memories of rich people and people in power and trying to put them into the homeless people that he's experimenting on, in order to either try to elevate the homeless people with skills, with knowledge, or to make them spies, make them infiltrators, give them enough memories of somebody's life, of somebody's likes and dislikes and passions, that they could pretend to be them. Maybe that's it then. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe I was mistaken in believing that Hunter Wolf was zapped into Gabriel Gerard. I feel that Gabriel Gerard is not who he seems. He's not exactly playing the game like everybody else is. He's like, it's my turn, what's your greatest fear? And then everyone else is playing along, either pretending to be one of their colleagues, or they've actually swapped minds and personalities with their colleagues. Everyone is playing along except for Gabriel Gerard. Which is why I think that, Hunter Wolf then put his brain into Gabriel so that he could use his position and wealth. But he doesn't want to be found out, so he sabotages the synthesizer because he doesn't know how to play it. But what if instead Hunter Wolf had used the idol not on himself, but on Harry Stone? Harry Stone is dead because every single memory was drained from his brain. Maybe that's what the red eyes mean. Maybe the red eyes happen when every single memory is extracted from your head. Took all of his memories from Harry Stone, inserted them into Gabriel Gerard, so that Harry, his man on the inside, could be his infiltrator. 2 or fewer incorrect. So, I had it wrong. I had it wrong because I believed that it was Hunter Wolf doing the body hopping. Hunter Wolf doesn't want to body hop. He's not Lazarus Hurst, whatever his name of the first game called himself, trying to extend his lifespan to keep up his project. He's simply taken up a pseudonym, an alias. And as we know from the ancient artifacts, once somebody has been fully taken over, he's no longer Oriole Toussaint, he's Echo Secunda. If Gabriel Gerard has been completely mind-wiped and taken over as Harry Stone, then he is, indeed, Harry Stone entirely. You see, I had to sleep on it. I was in the groove. I only intend to do like 6-hour streams on average, but I was really hooked by this game and we were getting so close to the end, and I wanted to keep on pushing through to get to the end of it. But we were coming up onto 9 hours because I was stuck on the idea that it was Hunter Wolf himself, who was body hopping. when the bandit Elijah decided to extort money from the dock's inhabitants. Hunter Wolf set up a trap for him and used the idol to replace Elijah's personality with that of Luke Brown. A month later, Hunter Wolf remotely replaced Gabriel's mind with Harry Stone's. Giving us the final thing here. We're finally gonna get the idol rules. We finally got the idol rules. Homeless game show horror. A contestant died while filming the pilot episode of a new TV game show last night. Bum Wars was billed as a hilarious upcoming series in which homeless contenders compete for prizes in a series of bizarre challenges. This was a 2024 game, right? And was it, oh geez, later in 2024 during the election cycle? Or was that this year in 2025 when there were guffaws about, oh, what if we let immigrants compete for the right to enter the country? You know, not to get political in a game that has shied away from politics at every single turn. Sarcasm. But man, they were very upfront with the horrors that they wanted to talk about and bring in, or the horrors that they thought is casual enough to joke about. And no one took him seriously. The victim, who had yet to be named, died in a shopping cart jousting trial gone wrong. New Wells TV said that it had made an error in judgment by funding the pilot, but added that the show's creator, Gabriel Gerard, had a previously unblemished track record. CEO U-turn shock. The CEO of Hesperia's largest clothing company baffled investors by voting against his own plans yesterday. Textilian boss Darren Dixon had previously put forward a motion to build several new factories of the East, ignoring concerns about pollution and wage exploitation. But at a board meeting yesterday, Mr. Dixon voted to scrap the project. Despite this, the original motions sailed through, 12 votes to 1. They both failed again. So, I don't know what prep work he had in mind for Harry Stone body hopping the broadcast station CEO, but clearly his heart was still on the docks. Maybe he thought that this was a way to get his friends employed. But it looks like the CEO of the Hesperia company, Textilian, had his heart in the right place. Body hop this CEO, and then get him to not do destructive, exploitative stuff. But then the rest of the board are still dirty capitalists and put it through anyway. So someone's really been trying. Jack Novak. Yes, in light of our new discoveries, the potential for this technology to be abused should it fall into the wrong hands is scarily high. And our boss is an idiot. But I am monitoring him, Tim, and Nathan, so everything's under my control. By the way, do you know where that moron has placed the empty square Lemurian disc? We should be careful when storing such things. Marie. Okay, so we remember how this works, right? The easy thing is that it's basically by size. Minute, day, 3 days, and months. And that this, where's everything? All? That's all. That's multiplied. Okay, so we basically know the vocabulary they're working with now. This is take, this is give. Memory and heat. And the middle bit is matter. Red pip show how much memory is stored on a disk. Disks never. They never deplete, it seems, because even on one they thought was useless, they managed to transfer ancient Lemurian knowledge into, what was his name, Apthol or whatever? Made him an expert in Lemurian dancing, spiel dancing. When the crystal is red, the idol is full. Drag the picture onto the comic. See, here's what I was thinking about, right? You could copy a person, couldn't you? Because when they were looking at a day's worth of Mr. Spender's memories, everyone who was watching that broadcast got the same 1 day's worth of memories. With Echo Secunda, with Luke Brown, with Hunter Wolf's experiments, he was able to fully take a person's entire life and put them into one other person. What would then happen if multiple people watched that broadcast? Couldn't you get multiple people to become that person? Wouldn't that create actual, full, complete copies of that person? Is that what the game is trying to express here? If it's cool, it's not full. If it's hot, it's not not. Now, Eugene is an idiot. Does he know that in the spectrum of light, red and infrared are cooler frequencies and ultraviolet is hot, hot, hot? If there's juice in the tank, if it's full, it's only for awake folk or to put into a blank disc. Because in here it's blue, right? And here it's blue because it's already given the memory out. It's depleting itself, and so it's turned more blue. When the crystal is red, the idol is full. I want to say the take command does nothing. When the crystal is blue, the idol is empty. To empty the idol, use the give command on either a person or a disk. An empty person, conscious person, or an empty disk. So this is taking. When it's taking, the gem is blue. And there's a person's brain. The person's brain is now empty, and their eyes are red. You see that? No. I don't gotta fill all the things in. And then, what it's giving... These persons' brains are first blue and yellow, and then it depletes again, and they become the same person. Okay, so I do have to use all of them. His eyes do indeed become red. So that is confirmation then on the red curse. All the homeless people and even Isaac Novak had their memories fully taken away. I think Isaac Novak then, did he become... Did he become Hunter Wolf? His memories were taken. Who did all those memories go into? Incorrect. What do I have wrong? Never empty? I feel like this is correct here. How much memory stored on the disk, and the disks never deplete. The disks never matter! How much matter is on the disk? No, it's how much memory. This is correct though, right? Because it goes from smallest to biggest? All is actually all, actually takes all. That's why it's everything. You can see them all lined up here. It's taking all from the person, and it's giving all to the persons. Which I'm sure is expressing that yes, you can multiply a person. You absolutely can multiply them. Oh, an A. So it needs to be conscious person, empty disk. An empty, a conscious. Okay. There. The only mistake I made was not paying attention to the articles. Everything is indeed correct, and this does confirm my suspicions that you can, in fact, multiply a person with the idol. With just moments to go before Albion Kings face the Ruritanian Dragons, some 90,000 supporters have already taken their seats at the Eclair Stadium in New Wells. Hey, MP83! Across Hesperia and around the world, hundreds of millions more will be watching live as Appeal finals get underway. Oh no! This isn't W Place how you got here. MP, I hope you're not too fond of your personality, because I think that they're about to have 90,000 viewers and hundreds of millions more. They got all the big broadcast television screens. They got broadcast antennas to receive signal in all the homes. You cannot take memory remotely, but you can give. Every single one of these people are gonna get brain wiped and body hopped. I wonder how intended it was that for a setting of the 1970s, this kind of has a little bit of Red Scare kind of overwashing into it, doesn't it? Like, I've watched a few Cold War era movies and things, snippets and whatnot. And you know, from Body Snatchers and beyond, there's always the idea that the communists and metaphors for communism are going to make everyone exactly alike. And I think that what's going on here is that everyone is about to become exactly alike as this idol broadcast implants give memory, give all memory to everyone. Now, I don't know if it's like it has to be a communist thing, but I feel like it's of the lineage thereof that in this era there's a little bit of media about, oh, the spooky thing is going to make everyone alike. They have the idea it's going to be for the greater good. And these people have the idea that they just want to broadcast knowledge. They want to broadcast knowledge, they want to educate people on a mass scale, and then suddenly everyone gets body hopped. You know, you see a bit of similarity there, media to media. Is that not the final episode then? There's actually... The rest of these have been TV guides. Is this final movie or actual final episode? Final Clash. Appeal match to remember. Do I get one more? Because I thought Pinnacle was gonna be it. We had Penultimate, then we had Pinnacle. It's doing the Yakuza thing, where you think you get to the final chapter. You've done the penultimate chapter, you've done the big climax, and then you get the finale chapter afterwards. We're up to finale chapter! We have 0 words and 84 spots. So even if I busted my ass yesterday, at the 9th hour of stream, and then figured out, wait, I got this premise wrong here, it's actually like that, there still would have been one big major finale after. Okay, alright. December 16. A little bit later. A little bit later, OPTV. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things so far. Okay. Alright. And it seems like we already get all the words. So we just have to put everything together then. Observe and learn. So we start with the former Harmony Foundation that became the site of the idol experiments. What the fuck is this, Eugene? Idol is there, it's got the 1-minute lens. But no crystal. The crystal is gone. The crystal was stolen. So Hunter Wolf could do his experiments. Yeah, as far as I know, there's only 1 crystal. Idol user guide. If the focus crystal is blue, the idol is empty. If the focus crystal is red, the idol is full. So they didn't make it as cheesy as Eugene's. Did Marie finally get Eugene on a leash? Or did she get rid of him? If the idol contains information, to successfully use a give command, there must be a valid information vessel within range. A blank Lemurian data disk or a living, awake human being. For the idol to perform any function, the matter button must be switched on. We can't get back there. We can't see the state of it. But we see what minute it was using. Vomit in the sink. Did somebody not like what they saw? Upgraded security protocol since the attack of the empathy cult, which followed the dismissal of our consultant. Tessa was trying to start some shit and then she got fired. We must take every precaution to ensure the idol's safety. An OPIG certified guard should always be present with the idol. Keys to our lab are granted only to me, Marie, Tim, and the shift guard. Now, Eugene... Oh. Signed Eugene. I was gonna say that Eugene was very pro Harmony Cult, but he's still Lin. I thought maybe he would have gotten fired. The idol's control panel and interior are now protected with a PIN code available only to me, Marie, and Jack. So, 2 capable scientists and Eugene. Is Eugene actually taking his job seriously? Tim Spender is sit on the hooch. Has he gotten divorced? Oh my, that was disgusting. He's still drinking the Schubert drink. A bottle of soda that reeks of rotten eggs. A whiskey flask. He's got one of the keys. 15269. Why does he have the pin? MP, when I first saw that bottle of Orange, I posted it in Schupert's Discord, and for whatever reason, he doesn't seem very appreciative of when I post every single video game or anime Orange that I see into his channel and go, Schubert! Okay, that just goes out. See, I wasn't imagining it. Someone's sneaking around. Anyway, we should return. It's time to start transfer to the TV station. Happy customer project checklist. 1-minute lens installed, we saw that. Mr. Marmot had filled idle with the material. Apparently Eugene has. Idle's interior and control panels locked. E. Marmot signed. Marie Westlake signed. Jack Novak signed. At 2 p.m., Idle Red Crystal handed over to 2 guards to transfer to the TV station. Marie and Greer haven't signed off on it because it hasn't happened yet. At the TV station, 3 p.m., Idle Red Crystal, control and interior panels locked. Handed over to Jack and Eugene at the TV station. Go live for the commercial break during the Peel finals at 5 p.m. It must have been connected to those blasted hippies. They strike again. That's some safety lock. Take memory, give heat. If it is a hippies, this would mean give empathy, destroy hate. Because they have the translation backwards. So we could be right. Security Captain B. Greer. So Greer is part of the team with Marie to hand over the idol. The goal of the open corporations. Happy customer project. Well, that is a Schubert. That's the that's the guy on the can on the bottle. It's a giant orange. Oh, that's why the lens of the crystal's not there, because it's over there, it's on the nose. Well, of course, Guinea, the crystal's not going to be inside if it's on the outside. So, their plan is to use the golden idol to broadcast the desire to drink orange soda to everyone who's watching. Everyone who's watching the commercial break is going to get the sudden sensation of, I could really use a bottle of orange right now. And the reason this guy is on the hooch again isn't because of his impending divorce, but because he tried to drink a bit of the Schubert juice and threw it up in the sink. It's even got some green smoke in it. So I don't know if he's got a rotten bottle. It says it reeks of rotten eggs. So it's either rotting or somebody's tainted his juice. Was to increase orange sales. To achieve this, those behind the project wanted to use the idol to give the memory of drinking orange with the drug euphoria to millions of spectators watching the Peel finals. With the drug euphoria. Now, what exactly were the effects of euphoria again? Was that the stamps or the amphetamines? Yeah, euphoria is the little chocolates there. The amphetamine-based rich kid drug that quickly delivers short but strong bursts of happiness, highly addictive. It also turns the orange juice more orange than the naturally yellow. See, even Schubert should be happy. If it's not tainted with drugs, that is closer to his color. Everyone says, Schubert, why is your orange not orange? You are a lemon. And he's like, this is just what color orange I am. The untainted bottles are closer to Schubert colors than the tainted bottle. Final clash. Get me in, get me in. The project was invented and led. It has to be Eugene. I mean, look at this, right? Look at this. Where is it? When they realized that they could broadcast the memories via video feed. And they wanted to capitalize on how to use the idol in mass broadcast. To make everyone feel enlightened and empathetic, rejected. To make employees more skilled and obedient, rejected. To educate everyone en masse by broadcasting classes into their brains, rejected. So, who is so small-minded that their idea for mass broadcasting the effect of the idol would be, let's use commercials and drugs to make people want to buy stuff? It's gotta be Eugene. Eugene is the only one that's small-minded, and as a reward, we get a very red Schubert in the corner. At each of these times, what did the idol contain, and who was the last person to have used it? Okay, so this was the attack then. The previous attack that had them increase their security, yeah? When the hippies attacked, and Tessa lost her consultancy because that's her faction. Her faction wanted to use the idol for broadcasting her cult and increasing her idea of empathy. Sharing true positive feelings about Orange with an unlimited audience. Glad to hear it. He's even titled himself head of speculative investment with me in the room. He must not succeed. I know we've always had our differences, but you're right. We must take action. Just yesterday, that imbecile made me rearrange the lab's furniture using feng shui principles. Marie, your updated idol proposal is much more interesting now that you've placed the skills and obedience training within a military context. The army is our dream client, but the higher-ups will need to see a very convincing demonstration before they are willing to begin talks with us. Clearly, they had more standards before your Nepo baby now has Kush government access. Yeah, we'll buy how many millions of bucks worth of Cybertrucks off of you for target practice. I'm sure you have a role to play working under Eugene. NH. Hey, what's your secret, Tim? I've never seen Nathan fast-track a budget as quickly as he did with the Happy Customer project. Also, I've heard rumors that he regularly visits that lab of yours. Is that true? Because he hasn't done on-site trips like that in years. Nathan, what have you got to say for yourself? Also, I just realized, now that I see Jack in the corner there, Eugene is having them wear shirts that spell out team. And that is confirmation that the actual capable team leader of the group who was demoted below the idiot would be the one whose idea was, well, we could record somebody's employee training and then broadcast it to new employees to make them skilled and more loyal to the company, would be her. This is very exciting. If the project succeeds, the implications are enormous. The consumer market is just the first step. I have much bigger goals in mind. Jack, do you think there's a distance or scale limit? Our stress tests have not discovered any limitations so far, Mr. Hoyle. I have a high degree of confidence of the project having successful outcomes. So, unless there's two tests going on at the exact same time, unless there's two crystals, then, well, the assumption has to be there's only one crystal, right? Who's taken out the crystal and making their own idle device in the docks to experiment on the down low on the homeless? Oh, I was trying to get the food. The student has surpassed the master. Nothing can stop my rise to the top. You are fired! You gotta give Eugene a dorky voice. If I had the throat for it, I'd make him sound like Lemongrab. You lied to me. You are my worst student ever. I thought you cared about spreading enlightenment, but you just want to shove an ad down everybody's throats. Beware. Empathy will have its revenge. Madam, don't make me use more force than necessary. Your access card, madam. You are banned from the premises. Okay, so there's only one event in October. Giving us some context to what happens later. So, 1:45. At each of these times, what did the idol contain? Who was the last person to have used it? Shortly before Eugene and Jack left the laboratory. They've signed off on it. The 1-minute lens is installed. Idol filled with material. Material, I'm assuming, is the memory. And idol's interior and control panels locked. Eugene is pretty shallow. He likes his blonde bombshells, hence the commercial earlier being his idea. And he's all for the idea of hopping them up with drugs to make them more energetic and exciting. So maybe the one who actually consumed the drink was Eugene. It was Eugene's memory of him taking drugs and drinking soda. And then Mr. Spender tries a half-drank bottle. Is like, ah, this is disgusting, and throws up. Idol's contents. Triangle disc, figurine disc, dot disc, square disc. Pop in my ears real quick. It contained anything. Good orange memories. Of Eugene Marmot, right? Last user, Eugene Marmot. Oh, I see. Good memories of the orange. Last user, Eugene Marmot. That's what I'm thinking. Idol has not been handed over to the guards to the TV station yet. The gem is red. It is full. But given that Tim threw up, he's got the access code. So even though OPIG guards should always be present, keys to the lab, only for Eugene, Marie, and Tim. Tim has a key. Marie has a key, but we don't see Eugene. Control panel and interior, protected with a PIN code, available only to Eugene, Marie, and Jack. And yet Tim also has a PIN code. So I think that the twist is that Tim Spender was in fact the previous user. Eugene is probably off elsewhere right now because he is Eugene. He's not a very good boss. He shouldn't even be a boss. Mr. Marmot filled the idol with material, has been checked off, and has been signed by Eugene. And he's supposed to be at the TV station 2 hours from now. That's what's supposed to happen. What if Eugene, being Eugene, signed off on it, checked it off, but it was actually Tim who filled the memory, and because he thinks the tainted love is awful, it's actually bad memories of Orange. What if that's gonna be the funny twist? Instead of like, here's a big span of a whole day, there are people who are dead, who have their faces obscured. You don't know where the idol is. Oh wait, there it is, it's smashed. Who killed who and when and why? Good luck. Maybe the twist here is going to be all this conspiracy, and all they really did is make everyone throw up at the exact same time and associate that memory with the taste of Orange. Okay, let's go to 2:30. 2:30. The crystal, the idol, should have been transferred to the TV station. It looks like it's still on the road. Is it supposed to be 1:30? Did somebody forget again that the little hand goes before the hour if it's not that hour yet and after? I don't know. It's only had one incident of that so far. The time was wrong in the art. This guy must have accessed the memory to see what's up, and he got Tim Spender's "oh shit, this tastes disgusting" memory. Ugh, what the hell is this? Security Agent B. Myson. I'm assuming that's the idol. Is it saying that if the idol is oriented like this, you want the parts to look like that? But from this side of the idol, you want it to look like this? I have no idea what I'm looking at here. A bit of snow falls and suddenly everyone starts driving like a snail. Okay, it's 2:30 and they're delayed in traffic. Oh, see, the art isn't wrong this time. It was only the one time. He's got the 1-minute disc inside of here. 1-minute disc is in there, and the gem is empty. Somebody had used the give memory command, which means it is empty now. When the idol was loaded into the van, before this happened, when it was loaded into the van, it would have had the bad memories of Tim Spender. So maybe Tim having the access code is where things went wrong. Maybe it was originally actually going by the book. There were other people there at the time, and it had the good memories of Orange, and then Tim comes in with his code, beepity beepity boo, and then accidentally overrides it. Except the gem was red. There's a disc in here, a full square disc. The square disc is in there. At the TV station. 3 o'clock on the dot. Opie TV. Are those shotguns or rifles? They are heavily armed for transferring the idol. That's the everything command. Oh no. Oh no. Somebody must have realized, oh shit, this is empty. Quick, what can we do? What can we do? And they just put in whatever. Who would have authorization and know-how to just put the whatever in there? It's supposed to be received by Eugene and Jack. Red crystal, controlled interior panels locked. I think it had all memories. Because now it's empty. They had to fill it up real fast. They either put the square disk memory into it and it's all the way filled. It has all the memories in there. Or they very quickly just, okay, how do we do this? How do we do this? I can't read this. What the fuck does this even mean? Just take all the gems and put it in. Now see, I don't think so. Because it's supposed to be... It's supposed to be received by Jack, too, right? Jack knows what's up. Jack has yellow tape. Jack has done this before. The only people, as far as I know, who knows about this configuration is Jack. Would have been Oriol Toussaint, but he became Echo Secunda. The museum curator was also there, but I don't think she had the technical know-how to understand what Jack was doing with the idol. You think perhaps Jack is Hunter Wolf and was trying to do his knowledge to educate and better the world on the sly. So Jack had... He probably wanted the idol emptied anyway, so that he could use the square disc. Jack, do I have this right? 2 or fewer incorrect. No memories of the orange? Incorrect. So this is correct. When it was loaded into the van. See, I don't think that they want me to say that the last user, when it was loaded in, was Security Sergeant B. Myson. Because this isn't when it was loaded in, this is the middle of traffic. At the time it was loaded in, it was already infiltrated with Tim Spender's memories of bad orange. So, if I change out Tim Spender here, it should go for 2 or fewer incorrect to no correct. See? So I'm correct on that. And we know Eugene was the last user here. Mr. Marmot filled idol with the material. It's supposed to be his memories. Then the interior and control panel's locked. The idiot signs off on it, and the 2 capable scientists and such sign off on it. So Eugene is right. See? It's gotta be Eugene there. And we know that Jack was the last one because that was Jack's configuration. No. No. Maybe it was a sergeant after all who merely stumbled upon the Jack configuration in an effort to quickly figure out what happened. Or to quickly fix the draining of the gem. I thought that with the way they had this taped up, that is a very specific orientation that only Jack really knew about. even if it was emptied here. And sure, all of these are there, and the disc is there. Would they really put two and two together to realize, oh my goodness, that's not supposed to be red, that's not supposed to be blue, that's supposed to be red. Let me have it take memory of this and just slap everything in there. No one's going to notice. I didn't want to believe that just a security staff was going to accidentally figure that out. They're just security, right? How will they know the proper mechanism of it? Oh, the second Luke is gone. Empathy Warriors, a new terrorist group in town. What they think is destroy hate, give memory, actually reads give heat, or what they think is destroy hate, give empathy, or renew empathy, is actually give heat, take memory. Mass terrorists attack a science laboratory with a Molotov cocktail on Tuesday, November 2nd. The gang also spray-painted slogans on the building, which is owned by Olympus Pinnacle International Group OPIG. An OPIG spokesman said the extremists fled when employees threatened to call the police. However, the company declined to comment on why it might have been targeted. Don't worry about me, I could endure anything. I'll cut the rest of the tape myself. So that's why Security Sergeant B. Myson had emptied the idol and knew how to do the jack configuration. 'Cause the best damn assistant that Hunter Wolf had all of his memories taken, hence the red eyes, and put into the security sergeant. Good. You'll have a very important role to play in our next step. November 2nd. Since William's departure, Hunter's been acting strangely. Long silences. Seems confused or angry. It's worrying. Nonetheless, I will do everything to help my savior. My faith in Hunter's vision is unwavering, whatever that vision may be. November 7th. The Savior is back, and looks filled with determination and grace. I am ready to do whatever is asked of me. I am a soldier of fate. After Echo Secunda. Tessa Navarri's attack, the security protocol was changed. Consequently, assisted by blank. Ambushed, bribe, killed at the OPIG laboratory. I guess they would have had to ambush him then. I don't think they... Well, I mean, it's describing the capturing of the security guy, yeah? Do we give him his euphemism as Hunter Wolf alias, assisted by Luke Brown, ambushed Bruce Myson at the OPIG laboratory? Then Hunter Wolf used the idol to take all the memories from Luke Brown and to give all memories to Bruce. At the TV station. So he had to take one for the team. The only way to empty the idol's gem and to make it suitable to receive memories again is to empty it into a disc or into a conscious person. So poor Luke Brown in the body of Bruce Myson had to get the really rancid taste in his memory before he could put this in. So that's deliberate. That was planned. It was a Jack configuration. And that's because Jack is Hunter Wolf, doing things on the sly. 5:15 p.m. We apologize for the brief interruption due to technical difficulties. The commercial break is over, so let's return to the second half. It is still anyone's game. The giant broadcast antenna. What happened to Schubert? Schubert! He's on his side now. Every single lens is cracked. What happened? It got pushed out the window, RoboCop style. Good shooting, son. What's your name? Schubert. So the lens is cracked and the gem is empty. This guy is dangling by a thread. Eugene. Video in is unplugged. They don't have all the composite cables in to the broadcast antenna. It's got video out, but it doesn't have video in. So does that mean that they didn't, in fact, broadcast all memories from the square disk after all? Somebody had a really nasty fart in here. The man's eyes are bloodshot and streaming with tears. Did he get attacked by Tessa's spray paint? Is that Tessa's bouffant up there? Oh, that's totally Tessa. You can tell that's Tessa. You will pay for this! Dear Nathan Hoyle, the proposal sounds very interesting. Let's schedule a demo of your new technology, and if it looks promising, we can talk the next steps. General Huge Striker, ASH Armed Forces Procurement Department. Ah! Well, she's alright. Wasn't she... Was she one of the ones from the beach episode? I can't quite tell, because the faces are kind of stylized in the photographs. And everyone else, we either only see them from behind, so you have to identify them by their butts, or are currently dying from an amphetamines allergy. But the face feels familiar. Did we see her... Was it one of these? That ended up going from dank movie enjoyer to beach model. Not quite her face. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Hands up. Got the TV camera here. All the discs, all the lenses we know are in here, and they're all smashed in the fall. These two terrorists, Tessa's terrorists, shoved the idol out of the window before they could broadcast. I'm assuming it's before. Our job is done. Empathy has triumphed. Pepper spray. Yeah, that was Tessa's pepper spray downstairs then. Tessa, I'm with you. I also worry about what Eugene, or worse, Maria or Nathan, might do with the idol. The lab is now heavily guarded. The best time to stop them will be moments before the broadcast. We are scheduled to go live at 5:30 p.m. In the room, it should just be me, Eugene, and the actors. Jack. 5:30 p.m. Is that true? Go live at 5:30 p.m. Go live for commercial break during the Peel's final at 5 p.m. Novak lied. Why would Novak want his broadcast that he so surreptitiously arranged a month ago? Why would he do all this? Transferring Luke Brown into Bruce Myson to get him to transfer the full contents of this disc. He knows Tessa is going to attack, and he's delaying her by half an hour. It is too late. Schubert has already done his job. I just saw Nathan run in with security. Ah, see? 2 p.m., handed over to the guards for transfer to the TV station. And then half an hour later, on the road, the contents of the idol get swapped around. At the TV station, 3 p.m. latest. Idol, red crystal, control, interior panels locked, handed over to Jack and Eugene at the TV station. Signed and signed. Commercial break at 5 p.m. She was lied to. What is that ruckus in there? And Tim Spender's still cheating. Wait, is that where I recognize her from then? Hold on. That face, that hair. Is she... No, that's a different face. But he clearly has a type. He had an affair with her. And now he is gifting perfume to the Schubert model. Tim just cannot keep it in. For empathy and love! Hey, Jack. Icarus? Am I hallucinating? Or is this some form of intoxication? Icarus. I remember Icarus. Icarus is a name we haven't read in so long. Right? Is Isaac Novak seeping in to haunt Jack? We're a talent fund. Harding knew Luke Brown. They were not friendly. Hunter Wolf. Unable to find this person. No trace at the warehouse. Hunter Wolf. You've seen his body. Was it Jack talking to his cousin to comfort him here? It was like, oh yeah, I used to call him Icarus. Haven't been close lately, gotta support my cousin. Father is the greatest scientist of modern age. His legacy will live on. I know I got Icarus at some point. Where was Icarus? Sir Isaac Novak, world-famous scientist, philanthropist. Was it all the way in the first one, and I simply forgot? Because it wasn't on him. Was it... And then here we have the Tessa stuff. With the assembly of the idol. Laboratory begins over here. But he's starting to see Isaac Novak in his reflection. To think the idol had such humble origins here, huh? Oh well. I know I saw the name around before, and the, specifically it being referred to as a nickname, I just can't remember where exactly. And there's nothing else here to look at. I was wrong. Hi Eugene, taste this beverage. Soon everyone will know how delicious it is. Reeks of rotten eggs. So it's not... It wasn't the amphetamines put in there because it didn't change it orange. When they put the Euphoria amphetamines in there, the red from the candy and the yellow of the soda turns it orange. They got something else in here. I think it's just rotten. So he's got the cord that's supposed to plug into video in. The door is locked from the inside. They lured Eugene up here, had him drink this, he drank some of it, and I think he just got really high. And now he's dangling for his life. Either he got high off the rancid soda and he's dangling for his life, or the fool is trying to escape. And this is his way of doing it. Let's say it's Jack Nowak, who locked, trapped Eugene Marmot on the roof. However, through a reckless act. Don't say however, because this is half an hour after the broadcast. Well, it's like 20 minutes after the broadcast. Hold on. 5:15. It's 5:15 now. And Tessa was told that the commercial would be at 5:30. So it's 15 minutes before her due time. And it's 15 minutes after the commercial was set to run. Through a reckless act, let's say Tessa Navari stormed the building, building, stopped the broadcast with the aim of preventing the spectators from getting good memories of the orange. As a result, only Jack Novak received memories from the disc. Like, I'm willing to have there be a disconnect here because Tessa only thinks that they're doing the commercial and she doesn't want it to be a vapid purpose. I don't know about that. Because if she really did interrupt in the middle of the broadcast, and feasibly Jack was behind the camera at the time, it should only be me, Eugene, and the actors. And Eugene, he locked up here, so it was only supposed to be Jack and the actors up here, and so he's behind the camera. He's behind the camera, so he has access to what's being broadcast out. But because he trapped Eugene up here, and Eugene is dangling from the roof via the video in cable, the video wasn't able to go in, and so it wasn't able to go out. I did it. Help. He's got the triangle disc. Carrot Top. Make sure idle loaded in van. Keep an eye on Baldy. Report to me at OPTV. Await further instructions. Four Eyes. Prepare van for idle transportation. Report to me at OPTV. Prepare for broadcast. Operate camera during broadcast so we can confirm effects. Me. Supervise TV station. Welcome Summer. Ensure she has everything that she needs. Coordinate with old Nathan. So you are the mastermind behind this fantastic project. I would really like to get to know you better. Wait for me on the roof for some quality alone time. I'll come as soon as the live broadcast ends. So he was lured up here, and then trapped. And then he's trying to escape. Through a reckless act, Eugene Marmot stopped the broadcast with the aim... No. Through a reckless act of trying to escape, he dropped the broadcast? I feel like any is possible here. If the broadcast was supposed to go at 5 as scheduled, and it's already happened, and Eugene interrupted it trying to escape. Not just trying to escape. Maybe he realized, having been trapped up here, oh shit, maybe Tessa's right. I did it, Tessa. Look at me, Mom. I stopped the broadcast. We could be all harmonious now. And so Jack was the only one who received the memories from the square disc. And then Tessa, with her accomplices, stormed the TV station and threw the idol out of the window. Incorrect! Was Summer Knightley in on it and trapping Eugene on the roof then? That's not right. Just saw Nathan run in with security. Keep an eye on Baldy. Nathan runs in. I keep thinking that the magnifying glass on the orange is going to be examining the orange, but it's just her giant hitbox. They make sure they got big booty actresses. Moments before the broadcast at 5:30. So these guys were late. "78 of 84, there's only one thing left after." So, Jack Novak trapped Eugene Marmot on the roof. Through a reckless act, Eugene Marmot stopped the broadcast with the aim of preventing the spectators from getting good memories of the orange. I think that's correct. I don't think Eugene is capable enough to know about the square disc. As a result, only Jack Novak received all the memories from the square disc because he was in the room, he was behind the camera. Shortly afterwards, Tessa Navari, along with accomplices, stormed the TV station and threw the idol out the window. Our job is done. This is a TV station, Opie TV. What else do I not have? Oh! Taste this, Eugene. He did drink it. Taste this beverage. Soon everyone will know how delicious it is. So he thinks he's a hero because he stopped people from receiving the bad, disgusting taste. He didn't want them to receive the bad memories of orange. And now 2 or fewer are incorrect. Was it summer? It was a typed note, not a handwritten one. I changed this around, and it's still 2 or fewer incorrect, so maybe this is a mistake. Who trapped him on the roof? Was it Marie who trapped him on the roof? No. Was it Tim? Did Tim trap him up there because the drink tasted like shit? The reason Eugene is on the roof is because Tim tasted the drink and it tasted like shit. Is Tim a loose cannon, or was he part of the plan to get Eugene out of the way? And they didn't expect that useless Eugene was actually going to climb all the way up to try to unplug it. December 4th. Oh, this is... See, that was a prevailing question for the start, right? The prevailing question for the start was... Isaac had a taxi on the way. His home is here, and he fell from the rail, snagged his cloak, his sleeve on here, fell, and slid. So, if he was waiting for his taxi en route to do his speech, and his house is over there, why did he fall from here? Evidently that was later in the timeline then. That was like a couple of weeks before the finale. That is after Jack started making some big plays when he kills his uncle. As you said, my savior, My greatest results require the greatest sacrifices. It is done. Nothing should stop us now. The last thing left is preparing you and rehearsing our every step. November 2, 1977, what a disaster. I put Harry and William in positions of power, and both still failed me, each in his own way. Regrettably, they were not good enough, and even if they had been, there are too many people in the world who are opposed to my goals. Yeah, when he put one homeless brain into one CEO, and had him stop an expansion project that should have prevented further pollution and exploitation, the rest of the board was like, we're still gonna go with it. People who don't share my vision of how the world should be, who cling to their old ways. It is too much for just me and Luke. November 4, 1977, I know what I have to do. So he was using the square disc, the seemingly useless square disc. He was going to fit Isaac Novak into everybody's brains. He was going to put the most brilliant mind he knew into everybody. Have I ever played Sonic is Dead, the free game on Steam? I have not, MP. I have an allergic reaction to playing the haha funny brand April Fool meme game. So I haven't played Sonic is Dead, though I have heard it's actually pretty good despite this, for the premise that it's actually really solid. Haven't played the Dead by Daylight dating sim, haven't played the KFC dating sim. There's 2 more spots I haven't clicked on. Posing as Hunter Wolf. Isaac, Elizabeth, Jack Novak. I like how there's 3 Novaks, just to keep the names contiguous. Secretly experimented with the idol to find the best way of using it to educate millions, to educate humanity, to optimize humanity, to become humanity. Optimize and educate are both pretty good there. I don't think he wants to control humanity, more so than he wants humanity to share his vision. After becoming disillusioned. Becoming is the only word that fits after. Jack Novak decided the only way was to turn everyone, surely not into a slave. Turn everyone into a slave. Turn everyone into a genius. There's the answer. To fulfill his plan, Jack Novak tried to use the Happy Customer Project to educate millions of spectators. No, to turn millions of spectators into Isaac Novak? He was gonna create millions of Isaac Novaks, and they were all going to kiss. Hey, Hordian. These blanks are getting filled in, Hordian. However, because of what happened at the TV station, Jack Novak was the only one to turn into Isaac Novak. Solved the final clash scenario, which means I'm still missing 2 spots. I have solved the scenario. Schubert is dead, long live Schubert. When Jack realized that Opig did not want to use the idol to improve the world, he started a secret mission to do it himself, under the pseudonym Hunter Wolf. After experimenting with memory and mind transferal, which is why I was so stuck yesterday on thinking, well, Hunter Wolf then. Hunter Wolf was body hopping around. Hunter Wolf had his assistant Luke Brown take all of his memories and put it into Gabriel Gilliam whatever. The idol? The idol is the same idol as a previous game, but has been smashed, destroyed, rediscovered, and reassembled. It is a magical technological device that takes a quality from one thing and transfers it into another. So in the previous game, you could do things like take all the air out of a container and dump it elsewhere, and so that container becomes a really compressed bomb when opened up because you're opening up a vacuum that just explodes the moment you touch it. You can do it, you could use it to take heat away from something else, to freeze it, and then give that heat to something else to set it on fire. And what the OPIG experiments have discovered is that they could take memories, either from people or from data disks, and transfer them to other people or data disks. So it's a technological tool, but it's basically magic. You know? Take information from my computer, put that information directly in my head. It's magical technology. After experimenting with memory and mind transferal, he came up with a plan to use Opig's soda commercial project to turn millions of Peel spectators into his Uncle Isaac. Pseudoscience. Oh man, imagine if somebody tried to make, like, a 999 or VLR style game in the universe of Golden Idol. But thinking that everyone was about to receive spoiled orange memories, Eugene climbed the broadcast tower and stopped the transmission at the last moment. Soon afterwards, Tessa and her accomplice hurled the idol from a third-story window, smashing all the lenses inside. Passing by to see the state of affairs, gotta go to the gym now? You stopped in just in time for the end of the main game, I think, Hordian. Hopefully, you'll be back in time for the DLC. Madam, do not even think about starting a cult at a federal facility. Congratulations, Eugene, on becoming the new head of speculative investment. Eugene just keeps on failing to the top. This is all your fault, Tim. And somebody in his Target hoodie is sneaking on by. I suspect that could be our old friend, Echo Secunda. Echo Secunda is still at large. Tessa gets to start a cult in maximum security. Eugene is basically he is the analog of that one inheritor from the first game, who he's just a layabout gambler, so his inheritance is simply a book of, what was it, apropisms or something like that, how to be happy, how to get ahead and be successful. But he ends up stealing Eustace's girl or whatever, and in the very end of the game, he ends up accidentally destroying the idol and saving the world because he bought a cannon in a gambling game. And so he comes from the lazy joke character to the guy who accidentally saves the world in the end. Eugene fails his way upwards. Everything he touches goes to shit. He's the lab's butt monkey that keeps on failing up and has indeed saved the world at the last minute. The free mode DLC for me side, oh MP, someday. Until that day comes, a girl from Gun Makai is waiting. Marie and Tim, aside from Jack, they were actually capable. Lab leader, manager, actually capable that they get they get the boot. Idiot Eugene fails upwards. The actual capable people have to go work on their resumes. Uncle, if you are watching this, I hope you can forgive me. Please understand, I did it all for the betterment of humanity. And there goes the idol getting buried. So it turned out that Harry had not attended a single job interview. He wasn't the man I thought he was. No wonder he used Gabriel's body for such immoral purposes. But even when I did find a truly noble man in William, as just one person, he was unable to make a difference in Darren's body. I realized that for any meaningful change to occur, humanity needed millions more excellent individuals, and I had to be one of them. After all, how could I impose on millions of others a sacrifice that I was not willing to make myself? All that was left was to find the most ethical, intelligent, and educated person I knew. That's what I thought of you, Uncle. So given that he was seeing his uncle in the mirror, I'm guessing he looks a bit like Hank Hill from behind, doesn't he? He used what limited time he had left as Jack to record this video because he knew that his uncle was going to take over his body. Develop with Godoy? You think so too, Wimpy? Looks exactly like Hank Hill? So this game takes place across the 70s. An alternate world to our own, in which history was a bit different, with the inclusion of the idol in history, and the continent of Lemuria and whatnot. So, maybe in 1977, whenever this occurs, and then having learned about the influence of the idol, and given a second chance at life, Isaac Novak moves to Arlen, Texas, and gets a job in propane and propane accessories for Buck. That's why Hank is so humble. He knows what too much ambition, even from one who wants to simply better the world, can do, and simply wants a second chance to make a little impact in a small community, find a cute wife, raise a boy right. Thanks for playing. Well, thank you all for making it. I gotta go back in though. There were two more things I haven't touched. Man, this took us exactly 2 hours of stream to finish. If I kept on going last night until I finished the main game, I would have kept on going until hour 11. Everything here I've touched already. The lips, the thing, I didn't touch that yet. Letter has a strong lavender fragrance. That was supposed to be my hint that it was Tim, because this is also a bottle of lavender perfume. Tim wasn't just fooling around with Summer. He was using the perfume to lure him out. But it was still reasonable enough to guess that Tim locked him up there. Simply because, hey Tim, your beverage, or hey Eugene, your beverage tastes like shit. Was it all the way back in the first hour then? The door. The door is locked was a final thing. I assumed the door was locked because the protocol said so. Either way, it didn't change the it didn't make me miss out on anything to not touch those two things. I still figured them out from other context clues around the game. It's simply for the sake of completion and personal pride that I needed to get 84 out of 84 spots. Also, didn't use a single hint. All of this sussed out with my own brain. How to get back to the menu? Exit scenario? There we go. We gotta click the Hank Hill face now. It just takes me back to there. Okay. So it's done. So it's done. The main game is complete. Went as far as I could yesterday. I got too caught up on the idea that Hunter Wolf himself was body hopping around when he was simply body hopping as homeless people after training them into new bodies. So after sleeping on it, thinking through it, managed to beat the rest of the game with no snags. So I think that this means that I should give myself a well-deserved break before we jump back in and explore some of the DLC stuff. When it went on sale, I did make sure to grab not just the Rise of the Golden Idol, but the bundle that now gives me access to every single DLC as they come out. They're planning what, 4 across 2025? And 3 have been released already? When I come back, we'll jump into them. Alright, let's get back into it then. Because main game have been done. We got to follow the story of the idol being reassembled by someone who thought it destroys hate and renews empathy. Except her project gets repossessed by Opig because she's way overspending. And then with more scientific minds, they realize they could use it to take X and give X. And the X they want to go with is memories. And the application they want to do with their memory manipulation is simple commercials until one man has a vision to turn the entire world into his uncle. And in true Golden Idol fashion, he fails and the world is saved by sheer accident by someone who is something of a joke. If they ever make a third game, I hope they continue that theme. Where they build up this really interwoven plot that you piece apart bit by bit by bit by bit. And in the end, the world is saved through the accidental effort of an idiot in the right place at the right time. That's funny, and you kind of hope the day is saved at the end anyway. And so much of the game is figuring out what the fuck is actually happening. So even if you know that the butt monkey character is going to save the world through no intention of his own in the end, you're still figuring out a whole lot of hows and whys and whats. Also, Echo Secunda is still at large. The two DLCs of the previous game were prequels that showed more of the idol's history and how it got to Albion Shores. What do we have in this one? Downloadable content. And now we got context! We know that this main menu here isn't just a cool, somewhat modern street scene to give you new expectations, that this isn't like the 1700s, this is something more modern. We got cars, we got technology, we got high-rises. That's Echo Secunda right there. That's our old pal Oriel. Where are you going next, Oriel? Where are you gonna take us? I own Detective Pass, have access to all investigations. We gotta do them in order. Looks like Sins of New Wells is possibly gonna be still the same modern era. Echo Secunda is maybe gonna be followed through. Lemurian Phoenix. Tessa still looks like Peggy Hill. And that's her guru there, right? So this is probably gonna be a near prequel. Age of Restraint. I'm expecting that to be Echo Secunda's origins in the Age of Restraints, back in Lemurian ancient history, perhaps. And the final one is going to be Q3 2025. We have a person with a... Is this the, That's the movie they were watching, right? They got somebody with a hook. Was it... Episode 2, The Pursuit? That had the drive-in theater? One person was dressed as a pirate. But I think she might have been dressed for the wrong movie, because the movie was Space Storm. With an alien, a robot, a gun guy, a space babe. So I think this person's costume over here might have been a little out of place. I don't know, because the captain has a rocket ship on her hat. So maybe it is still the same movie or the same series. The costume really hooked me. So maybe this final one is also gonna be modern day, maybe, given the scene below. Street lights, warehouses or townhouses, a gun, and so maybe this is another movie. Space pirates, maybe? So we're gonna go modern, then near prequel, far prequel, then hook it back over to a grand finale? Let's start with here. This guy got transferred out to homicide, don't forget. He was taken out of the way. The Sins of New Wells. So, Roy, how are you liking it here at the 9th? As exciting as your old district? Thankfully, no. There are some strange things going on there, Cliff. Detective Sansom and Seva, we got one for you. Hope we didn't speak too soon. An old friend returns in the Sins of New Wells, in which a new district means business as usual. Oh, we got multiple episodes each one, too. That's just this. And we got new technology here. I'm trying to figure this out because they got the clips on the undersides of the TVs. So, is it that you clip it over your face, but then the TV screen is pointed up? Do you put it on top of your head and the screen goes out that way? Do you put it on your arm like this, and then you run the film through, and you say, "Ma'am, do you recognize this scene?" That 70s chic gun there. You know James Bond would use something like that. Let's start the first one. There's a chicken on there. Following orders. A deadly pursuit. Foul play, I'm going to imagine. The chicken restaurant. We got a different format for the dialogues here. Hey, Chillin' Chum. How did I know you're playing Freeway on Atari 2600 right now with the Crossing Chicken MP? The universe just aligned perfectly. I was bringing out the order for Lot 2 when all of a sudden some bearded freak whizzed up to me on a scooter, twisted my arm, and snatched the bag right out of my hand. Echo Secunda! You remember what the order was for? The order? It was a chicken royal meal with barbecue sauce. Why? No matter. How about Lot 4? What did they order? 2 burger royal meals, 2 chicken royal meals, and a meat surprise wrap. I don't see what... Please describe the car from Lot 4. I've seen so many cars today, I really can't remember. So Lot 2 ordered a chicken royal meal, and then Echo Secunda stole it. Lot 4, 2 burger royals, 2 chicken royals, a meat surprise wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lot 4 isn't here, and there is a crack on the one on 2. All today's money's in the register. All today's money's in the register. Only the manager knows the code for the safe. I see. Final question. Can you describe the car that was in Lot 4? Sorry, I'm no good with cars. They all look the same to me. There's an old couple inside. We saw the man in the red jacket speed away on his scooter. Then the cook stormed out from the kitchen and cried some bearded guy just stole the extra sour sauce. Straight after, all the young gentlemen left in the most magnificent car, Painted like a tiger it was, a tiger with the lion's mane. Then we went back to our meals. A few minutes later, though, we heard a distant thunder. Odd, given the fine weather. TV. By seeking the advice of upstanding community members like my new partner on the Heritage Project, we've been able to crack down on criminals like the Andir gang. Sure, the Andirs are weaker, but their rivals have filled the void. Those thugs in white ties are everywhere now. Property values are up, but we're working on to renew historical buildings. You mean gentrification is increasing the cost of living? Crime is down, the drug trade is down? Are you kidding? I see euphoric synthetic serotonin being dealt on every other street corner. A series that prides itself on no politics. Menu meal deals, burger royal meal 5, chicken royal meal also 5. I want a chicken royal meal. Meat surprises 3, chicken surprises 3, sauces, barbecue tomato, pesto. Cucumber isn't a sauce. What did the customers in lot 2 and 4 order? Well, I could just ask. Lot 2 was a chicken royal. One chicken royal with barbecue sauce. And lot 4 was it 2 chicken and 2 burger royals? 2 burger royal meals and 2 chicken royal meals and 1 surprise wrap. You often have cucumber sauce at your kebab, MP. Really? I love cucumber. Cucumber is great to chop into stuff. And it's great to just crunch into it on its own or in spicy sauces. I can't imagine what a cucumber sauce alone tastes like. And then 0 for the rest. 0, 0, so many zeros. They probably had sauces of their own, but no one has given me a sauce answer. 2 or fewer incorrect. Lot 2, their order, chicken royal meal with barbecue sauce. Chicken royal meal, barbecue sauce. Lot 4, 2 burger royal, 2 chicken royal, a meat surprise wrap. Maybe there's a sauce we're not accounting for. It doesn't taste like cucumber. Then why is it a cucumber sauce? They keep the safe in the kitchen by the sink, and it's so greased up. Can you describe the car that was in Lot 4 when all this occurred? Sorry, I don't remember. There must not have been anything remarkable about it. The old couple said it was painted like a tiger with a lion's mane. Well, how about their order? Do you remember that? Sure. 2 burger royal meals, 2 chicken royal meals, and a meat surprise wrap. What about Lot 2's order? That one's easy. A chicken royal meal with tomato sauce. There's also a cucumber dip for potato chips, and even that one doesn't taste like cucumber. Huh. Maybe they use cucumber as a base. The same way some really sinful snack companies and drink companies here in America take an innocent fruit like coconut, and instead of simply giving me coconut snacks or coconut drinks, they're like, here is a new abomination, a coconut drink with all these grape parts in it and all these other flavorings that when you drink it, it tastes nothing like coconut, but feels like drinking somebody's menstruation. I kid you not. I kid you not, I tried a coconut drink that it honestly tasted like pulpy menstruation. You don't want your coconut drink or any drink to feel like you're drinking somebody's flavored pulpy menstruation. And the ingredients list was so many things that weren't coconut. How could you guys do this? Coconut already tastes great. Just give me coconut. If you just gave me coconut, it wouldn't have to be so expensive too. Chef is saying it was tomato sauce. So I think it was tomato sauce. They had no sauce. They had no sauce at all. But everyone attests, I wouldn't say everyone, the chef said there was tomato sauce. The old people. Some bearded guy just stole the extra sour sauce. Tomato sauce. Jetelaires. Gotta slice them somehow. I used to be so bad with slicing tomatoes. I try to slice a tomato and it just goes squish in me. The secret, it turns out, is a knife that's actually sharp, and when you're growing up as a kid, using just whatever knife your parents have, it turns out that just the home knife probably isn't gonna be all that well maintained. I got here within a few minutes of the 911 call. The local cops arrived quickly, too. Dispatch will have notified them at the same time they sent me out, because the caller said the waitress had been attacked. Strange that only foreigners are able to describe it, eh, Roy? Actually, Cliff, that part makes perfect sense to me. It's what happened on the rooftop I'm baffled by. That part may have to wait for another day. More mysterious. Okay, suddenly I'm sold on the more 3D animated models for this one. We called for an ambulance right away after seeing what that brute on the scooter did to the poor woman's arm. Very good. Now can you describe the car that was parked in lot 4 when all this was happening? Sorry, no, we don't remember it, do we, sweetums? Maybe their memories were taken. Memories of the car. Sorry, detective, but no, I didn't get a good look at the car that damaged mine. Anyway, it's fine. Please, I don't want to pursue it. Very well. What was your order, by the way? What? A chicken royal meal with garlic sauce. Why? You sure you didn't ask for extra sour sauce? Perfectly sure, detective. Barbecue sauce? You said barbecue sauce, you said tomato sauce, you're saying garlic sauce. And the answer was telling me no sauce. They don't have a garlic sauce. They got pesto, cucumber, tomato, and barbecue. The question is what they ordered. Not what was given. Not what was stolen. So maybe he asked for garlic sauce, and the best the chef could come up with was tomato sauce, which the old couple mistook for barbecue sauce. Maybe. But because there is no garlic sauce, it counts as no sauce was ordered. While my partner here interviewed the waitress, I searched the surrounding area. As soon as I found the body, I notified you guys in homicide. We made sure no one left the diner from that point on to ensure we didn't have to deal with anyone trying to play vigilante. And up on the roof? Up on the roof is this having been knocked over. The body was in the water tower. The water tower was knocked down. That's the great crash they heard, the thundery sound. And so the body was ejected from the tower then, yeah? Dollars ours? Tiger with the lion's mane? Some psilocybin? Snakes out of a pyramid skull? Mushroom? The reverse 777s? What am I looking at here? That's like just a hole. A hole in the door and the lock. Footsteps going in. Is that wheels coming out? They have a miniature Panzer tank motorcycle. That is growth, isn't it? That's like roots and things. Little mushrooms coming out. A melee weapon. Well, now we know that Malaysia exists in this universe. Man is not breathing, soaked from head to toe. What if he wasn't in the tower, but on the tower? That's also a possibility. There's this whole kazoo right above him, so the possibility is more clear or more suggesting that he fell out of the tower. Yes. Climb, 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 climb. Get up to the top, then oh no, it falls over. Shit, bang. Footsteps. The wheel makes that type of tread. And then that is a different type of tread. That is an arm. Also, with more tendrily things coming out. I'm suddenly missing the more grounded mystery of the memory-stealing idol. Almost missed that. More treads here. Footprints in, treads out. 2 more words, 2 more spots. Bauer Youth Sports League. Tire has been shot. Tire shot. So that's probably then. The noise I heard? A distant thunder. Distant thunder could have been the tire getting shot and popped. It could have been this crashing down. I don't know when that was. There's no screen in here. Okay, so let's see. A bearded man stole sauce. Food and sauce, because he stole the order itself, right? Bearded freak whizzed up on a scooter, snatched the bag right out of the hand. As they were being delivered to Lot 2. In the car that had been parked in Lot 4. Now, how many people were in the car then? They did order 2 burger royals, 2 chicken royals, and a meat surprise wrap. But that doesn't necessarily mean there were 5 people in the car. They could have just had Big Smoke in there. All the young gentlemen. If we assume that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 order for each person, and no one's extra hungry, then it's 5 gangsters gave chase and shot the bearded man's tire. That's not a bearded man. But if he crashed over here and then left by foot, the bearded man then ran up the fire escape, pursued by some of the gangsters on foot. Somehow, the water tower fell, killing one of the gangsters in the same way the door was opened. I thought perhaps there might be some new feature of the world being slowly exposed to us here, some mycelium-like threads that eat away at metal and flesh alike. Could be Echo Secunda's gotten his hands on some working ancient Lemurian technology. When the bearded man got downstairs, a fight broke out in which someone somehow lost a hand. 2 or fewer incorrect. Gangster, gangster, gangster. I'm using 3 gangsters. And 1, 2, 3, 4 bearded men's. So those can't be wrong. Water tower fell, killing 1 that happened. Door was opened. He then got downstairs afterwards. Got in a scuffle, and someone lost their hand. Lot 2 had their bags stolen, and then Lot 4 hit them and drove off. So that's correct. I could be incorrect on the number of gangsters. Because the assumption there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, somebody could have been extra hungry. We have 1 guy there, 1 hand there. That's at least 2. Can I assume that every single last one of them had tagged the building in their own way? This is their hangout spot and they all put their name down, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that something I could suss out, that the number of signed graffiti? They spent $23 on 2 burger royals, 2 chicken royals, and a meat surprise. I feel like that the quantity of gangsters is wrong. then I would be forgiven for simply guessing. What if there were 4 and one was hungry? There was 3 and one was hungry. There were only 2 of them. There were no gangsters at all. Let's assume 1 per. Someone lost a hand. Shot the tire. No sauce was ordered. Was it a drug deal gone wrong? And that's why they were so interested in chasing after this guy. Bearded man snatched a bag of food from a diner employee, but unbeknownst to him, the diner was controlled by a gang and the bag contained drugs. Some of the gang members chased the thief down, but he managed to incapacitate 2 of them in unusually destructive ways. So let's see. How could I have guessed that drugs were also part of it? He's saying he ordered garlic sauce, chicken royal meal with garlic sauce. Didn't ask for extra sour sauce. Magnificent car, painted like a tiger. Went back to our meals. Distant thunder. Stole the extra sour sauce. Drug trade is down. Euphoric, synthetic, serotonin being dealt on every other street corner. Is this little transparent thing down there supposed to be the hint that maybe there's a little bit more than sauce being traded around here? With tomato sauce. ESS. Euphoric, synthetic, serotonin. Now granted, just because somebody writes ESS on the side of a building doesn't necessarily mean come here to purchase ESS. It looks like... It kinda almost looks like the chicken opening its mouth. So it could be a sign, maybe? Mayor Meredith lashes out at cops. The mayor of New Wells has blamed police for the city's growing drug problem and raised questions of possible corruption within the force. Moira Meredith made the remarks at a press conference yesterday, which she had called to discuss her ongoing heritage project. She said drugs are flooding our city, and the fault lies solely with our police. At best, our leadership is incompetent and must change. At worst, we'll need a full-scale inquiry into possible corruption. A spokesman for New Wells Police Narcotics Division said our officers are doing the best that any department could do. Investigations are underway in all known high-crime areas of the city, but so far no major drug labs have been located. The investigation will continue as usual, and the manufacturers will be found. I've only got blues. They want reds, greenish yellows, and blues, and I've only got blues. Gave advice that weakened The rival gang. Stopped. The rival gang. Announced the arrival of the rival gang. Puppy. Trouble unleashed. A tragic day at the races. At least the puppy's well fed. I can't investigate the puppy. Emergency release. Looks like it's got some blood smeared on it. Good thing we got here before they can get rid of the body. Find anything out, Roy? Looks like something happened at the office as well. I'll be damned. How'd they get past those two guards? I have a theory. I'll have to check out some details. Anything else? How'd your interviews go? It's interesting, Cliff. They're evasive, but I'm not sensing any outright lies. Except perhaps this vet business. He's got lockpicking tools. A gun, recently fired, blood on the coat. Drill, microphone, spool of tape. 2 to 3 p.m. feed the dogs. 3 p.m. onwards prep for race, run errands for HB. Hey HB, where we going next? We got yellow now. Yellow words we can use. Number 17 has become overly protective. Easier to just keep by my side at all times. Bloody lip. Gunshot wound. There were 2 things to click on him. New Wells dog track. I took a hit for that guy. Hope it got what we came here for. Now I've just got to collect myself and keep away from those cops. So you didn't see anything? Not at the kennels, I must apologize. I did see 2 men running away from the office. Then someone else went up to the door a little bit later. Could you describe the person? Not really. I was distracted by the sounds of the race starting and that lovely polka-dotted dog. I had good money on her. There goes a dog. Meow. Oh, that's the rabbit. Dumps. Car? Painted like a tiger with a lion's mane. That's a lot of dogs around the cop car. Polka dotted doggy. A whole lot of poo. A smart tealish vest for this one. Reminds me of the outfit I like to put Monica in back in Dark Cloud 2. Maggie. I could look at Maggie's collar, but I can't look at... There we go, Twizzle. It's a game of trying to find the collar's hitbox. It's all the way out here. It's not the collar itself. It's about half a foot in front of it. Jess in purple and Godsend in Young Banana. I almost didn't see you up here. You know anything about what happened? I've just come down from the north side of town and don't know much about this place, but I think someone in a big coat entered the kennels. There's a coat here. Blue coat. I got here after the race is finished. I saw the dogs had gotten out and knew something was wrong. That's what I found Leo like that. You look a little worse for wear yourself. All this? You don't need to worry about me, officer. Just some roughhousing. Took some hits. I was with Leo before it happened. He told me to make the call that Zero was ready for pickup. Pickup? Ah, to take to the vet. Zero's one of our dogs, very sick. You probably don't want to get too close. This guy here is missing a hand. I think that they're smuggling drugs out of the dog's bum. Maggie here is looking like she really wants to squeeze out a poop but can't. Boarded up windows? Bauer Restoration Works, huh? Some dug in dirt here. Drill, film reel, microphone. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objects here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objects here. Zira. No more slums. Heritage building renovation plan, Moira promises. Hillgard delivers. Wednesday, meet with the BRW. Board regarding heritage project, ensure MM absent. Thursday, meet with the restaurant staff, restock replenishment, and new security measures. So, she wants Mayor Moira absent for the Restoration Works board meeting. And is connected to the restaurant. Nothing is missing, just like last time. All they did was cause a mess. Any idea how they got in? No, I'm in here all day and keep it locked up when I'm out, when I'm not. Wah, got a third time. Now could you hurry this up, detective? I have all my meetings in this office, and your presence is not conducive to business. She's got a key. Jess. Is this one. Why is Jess digging? What's so special about Jess? Northsider, favorite girl, bodyguard, door guard, Benny, Czar. Only time I left my post was to chase off a troublemaker while the race was happening. Is this your usual post? It is now. We had a break-in on Tuesday night, so we're not letting anything slide. We're keeping a tight watch on this office day and night. Got a shipment of 6 items going out to the new asset today. The usual method should work. Let him in for pickup at 3:45. I'll be out grabbing a seat. Also, if the blonde comes whining again, tell him to suck it up and keep working with Czar. If he can't defend himself against a one-handed man, that's his own damn problem. The Czars are a useful part of this organization. HB. So this guy, I'm assuming it was this guy. These your lockpicking tools? And your goods you were trying to steal? Hope we got what we came here for. I feel like he was cooperating with him. Caught some attention while he snuck in. And then somebody found and shot him. I'm always by Miss Bauer's side, and I don't talk to the police. Just for the record, can you tell me about the victim? Did he have any enemies? People who would wish him harm? For being a bodyguard, he's not standing by Miss Bauer right now. Hildegard? So favorite girl has to be Jess. Jess in purple. Track owner is you. Bodyguard is this guy. Door guard is you, yeah? To chase off a troublemaker while the race was happening. Was with Leo before it happened. Made the call, Zira, ready for pickup. Just come down from the north side of town, don't know much about this place. Someone in a big coat after the kennels. 3-day cassette tape is full. So you're the North Sider. Kettle Master, I'm going to assume is you then. Grom Falloon rating. Grom, hello. I'm assuming, given the time, that it must have been an art stream today, yeah? How is my SO command not working? I even popped into Nightbot last night, just to make sure everything was on the up and up. Nightbot is on thin ice now. But hey Grom, welcome! Welcome Grom, welcome Grom's friends, thank you for the raid. Hope you got some good emote art going in then. You gotta raid and run, perfectly fine. You gotta ice the hands. Damn, must have been some hot drawing going on today then. By all means, Grom. You get that hands nice and cool then. Number 17, overly protected. Prep race, run errands for HB. I feel like it's correct to assume that this guy is simply the kennel master. He's in charge of the dogs. That feels correct for me. The stream has been going pretty good so far, Grom. We actually beat the main game nearly exactly an hour ago, and so now we're starting the DLC. And it's fun times. Love myself a nice contemplative mystery. So this guy is supposed to be in here, feeding dogs, prepping for the race, HB errands. 2 to 3 feed the dogs, 3 PM onwards. Pick up at 3:45. I'll be out grabbing a seat. Suck it up and keep working with the Tsar. Can't defend himself against a one-hand man is his own damn problem. Tsars are a useful part of this organization. Is a tiger lion paint specifically associated with the Tsars then? Yeah, Tsars, the paint there. Which would tell me then that a Tsar would be you. You're at least one of the Tsars. Denoted by their orange vests, yeah? Their orange jackets? It's their uniform? Dog had gotten out, knew something was wrong, found Leo like that. Just some roughhousing. If the blonde comes